Thank you so much for being both here today with us, Carole Hajj and her father, Robert. My first question to you, Carole. What are some lessons you believe you've learned from your father growing up?
I learned from him honesty, simplicity, being down to earth, nature-loving spirituality, and especially perseverance towards my dreams and my passions. Because my father, whenever he wants something, he goes all the way to get it. When I was a little girl, maybe I had 10 years. He took me to a meditation center.
Like a retreat?
No, not a retreat, a meditation center for the transcendental meditation.
Oh.
Yes, and then I learned in Lebanon, and I had only 10 years, and I learned meditation.
Wonderful. So he's a great inspiration.
Yes.
For you. How was Carole as a little girl? Was she always very ambitious and very determined?
Carole was a child full of life and ambition.
Oh.
She was a perfectionist.
Oh, really?
The first in class, she used to worry a lot and underestimate herself.
Oh, really?
She was sensitive and spontaneous. Very
spontaneous.
Very spontaneous. She once complained to her mother because she married me. She was worried that there is no man in the world for her to marry.
Yes, I wanted to marry someone like my father, and my mother took the father.
She told us she wanted to study audiovisual in USG. Her mother and I immediately agreed because we were sure that she will succeed, and because this is the first time for her to take a decision.
Carole, you're a successful actress, as everyone knows in Lebanon. What impact did your father have on your career choices?
I took from him his love for theater, arts, drama, because he used to play.
Really?
Yes, my father, he used to play on stage as a hobby.
Oh.
And when I was very little, I used to go and watch him on stage. It was in Deir al-Ala in Beit Miri. And I was fascinated. And he's always been into music, photography, arts.
He's a very artistic person.
Yeah, so he had this talent in him. And I think I totally took it from him. And when I decided to study acting or to be an actress at university, he encouraged me, and also he used to come and help me with my project, especially the photography project, because he can take amazing pictures.
Oh,
yes, he's better than me. And also, when I was a little girl, he invested a lot in me. He gave a lot of himself to take me to learn ballet. He used to take me to ballet classes, to wait for me, and also he used to teach me piano.
So everything that has to do with
arts, yes.
He was very involved in. So I'm sure very few people know that about your father and what influence he had on your career choices. That's wonderful. Do you feel like you had to adapt as a father once Carole became more successful and more famous?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you did?
I once was at the supermarket waiting my turn to pay. A funny woman, her name was Camelia, shouted to the crowd saying, "This is Carole's father," and I felt so shy.
How did your relationship with your father evolve through time?
I loved him so much. Of course. And I was fascinated by him. And it started with me being a child fascinated by her father, who could do everything, who could act, who could do sports, who's good in photography, who's into yoga and meditation. Wow. So for me as a child, my father was the whole world. And after when I grew up, I started learning from him, seeing him and learning all these things from him. And when I chose my husband, I was sure to choose someone who resembles a lot to my father because of all the quality that I like in him, being this caring person. He was very much involved in raising the children. He's very much at home. He's very present at home. So I loved all these things about him. And now my husband, George, shared these qualities that I like a lot.
He reflects
and I respect a lot. Yes, he has lots of qualities. Yeah. Yes, and I respect a lot in men to have these qualities.
What do you enjoy most about being a father?
I enjoyed the whole ride. Carole, my baby, has babies in her own now. Today, all my children grown up, and and they are successful in what they do. And watching them become those successful human beings they are is a blessing.
Carole, how active are you on social media? And being a parent yourself, what do you believe is the impact of social media on our children, whether positive or negative?
Social media, I'm not a big fan. I'm not very much involved in social media, although I'm an actress and famous, but I'm also a very private person. So I don't see the point of showing my personal life on such platforms for everybody to see. So I prefer privacy more, and also I don't have maybe this curiosity to know also about others' life. I don't know. I'm still.
So you're not on any social media?
Yeah, I have a Facebook page. It's for my professional things. I'm not very active, but I have this Facebook page.
Presence.
Yes.
Okay.
But maybe in the future, if I want to use it as a more professional, I'm talking about the social media, to be more active, maybe I need to hire someone professional to help me in this. But for my children, I cannot deny social media to my children because we all know that social media in this millennium is here to stay.
Yeah.
So what I do with my husband, we watch as much as we can. We can watch them, how they use it, to limit the usage of it. But this is life now, and this is social media is in our life.
Do you think today's fathers have things easier or harder than before?
Personally, my experience as a father was very smooth. I think because my children are calm and are easygoing, and I had a strong backup from their mother. But if I want to look at parenthood those days, maybe life is more difficult with how those progressive life has become. I really believe that love is solution for all difficulties.